Hey everyone, another Camp Scrap-A-Lot video. This time we are doing challenge 3, X marks the spot, and we're going to focus on some stamping. So for this challenge, I got out some close to my heart stamps that I've had. There is a summer themed border stamp and just another, I think it's called Good Together stamp set. I also have the gnome summer themed paper from, I believe, Photoplay that I'm going to use. And I'm going to be doing some of the pictures from our trip to the Bahamas that happened back in 2018, I think. So I'm going to start with the border strips. I'm going to use the one that looks like waves, and I'm going to do that in peacock feathers along the bottom. I am just using a basil cardstock. And for X marks the spot, it's all about stamping. So you can do stamping in any way you want, whether it's making a background like I am, whether it's doing a title or maybe stamping some tags. So just find a way to make it work for you. So this Camp Scrap-A-Lot has been a lot of fun. We've gotten a lot of challenges done. I think this is my third or fourth video that you're going to see. I did not record videos for all of the challenges. It takes a lot longer to record and edit a video than it does just to make a page. But if you go over to the crop page on the My Little Scrapbook Store online crops, which I will post below, you can see all of the design team members, so not just myself, have inspiration albums. And so in those inspiration albums, you'll see all of the different layouts that I have done for these challenges under my album, and the other design team members will have their inspiration challenges in their albums. So you're going to see exactly how all of us interpreted the 23 challenges. So I went ahead and I sped this up now to 3 times because I figured watching me go ahead and stamp was going to get a little boring. I also kind of made it a little bit closer to the page. So now I'm going to use picked raspberry to do the sandals. We don't do a lot of beachy stuff. I am not a sand person. I'm one of those people that don't like the sand. So it's always hard for me to do beach layouts. But this was one of the few times we had, so I figured it'd be a good time to use this beachy layout theme. I also just love these border stamps. So they have one in holidays, they have a summer one. I think there's one that just has um, different sayings. One of our design team members, Tisa, is actually a close to my heart dealer, not dealer. I don't know what they're called, but she sells close to my heart. So if you are interested, you could go to her design team page and maybe message her. But I really, really have enjoyed using the close to my heart stamps. They are probably the stamps I have the most of and that I use the most. They last a long time. So that's what you're seeing here. Now, the rest of my supplies, including most of my distress oxides, I do get at Michelle's at My Little Scrapbook Store. She has a really good collection right now of different colors and distress oxides. So if you go and check it out, if you're watching this live, I believe she has a lot of different colors listed in the store. If you message her on Facebook, something that you're particularly looking for, she will get it and add it to your order if she's able to. A lot of the colors of distress oxides just kind of come in waves when Ranger has them available for distributors to buy. So, as they become available, if you're looking for one and you let her know, she will put it in the store and send you a message and you can get it then. I know for me particularly, I was looking for peacock feathers for the longest time, and she was able to get one in and get it for me. So it's kind of great how that works. Now I am making suns over here with a stamp set. Now the yellow, which I believe is squeeze lemonade, is not showing up too great with my camera and my lighting, but it looks really good in person. And I'll show you a close-up of that in just a little bit. So after I did all the stamping for the X marks the spot, now I just need to build the rest of the page. Now you'll see that I left the center kind of empty so that I can just fill it in. So I'm going to take the gnome paper and I know a lot of people. Here's the other thing that she has at the store, which is the T-square ruler, which is awesome. A lot of people don't like necessarily the gnomes as much, but I love the gnomes, so I really wanted the gnomes on this page. So I put the gnomes on the page, and I wanted half of it to have a torn edge up there next to the suns, and I want the other half to kind of have a straight line. So I'm going to put it down. Now this sunshine paper that's on the back of those gnomes, I think I've already used on a layout. It is also super cute. Um, so these pictures are true 4x6s, and I love them, but I really wanted them to be just a little bit smaller. So I started with the picture of John there, and I am going to cut it down to where it's just kind of focusing on him. And I'm not measuring, I'm just making the picture fit the size of him. And then I'm laying it on top and I'm marking on my photos just so I can see, where to cut it off so that they're the same size. I think that's the best way to handle that. Now I'm going to lay these out and then mark how big I want this particular mat to be. I'm not individually matting the photos, I'm matting them as a block. I've done that a lot lately where I've matted photos as a block. I just kind of think it adds to some continuity on the particular page. And I do love this striped paper, so that is one of the things that I liked most about this collection was just kind of the fun rainbow colors. I do like when people add pink to the rainbow and aqua, so it kind of just makes it look a little bit more bright and cheerful. So this is just going to go there, and then we're going to figure out how to embellish it. So I have been using a lot more of the cut aparts. I think part of it is that Photoplay has a lot of cut aparts in their lines, and um, a lot of them are, good for um, titles, or they're good for just being able to add embellishments. You can cut them out, and you're gonna see me do that here. I'm gonna fussy cut this mermaid out and use it. So don't be afraid to use the cut aparts. I think I've seen more people just kind of avoid the cut aparts and then use the backside, the B side of the paper, but these photoplay cut aparts are great, and there's a lot of things you can do with them. So I'm going to cut out this cute little mermaid and use it as an embellishment. It also stretches your embellishments. Excuse me. It stretches your embellishment to be able to use more of the paper. So the X marks the spot is a fun challenge. I've had a lot of fun with the different challenges over there. This one was one of the ones did first. I'm actually recording the video a little bit, or I'm voice overing the video a little bit later. But when I saw the X marks the spot, I knew immediately that I wanted to do some border stamping with those stamps. And, that's something, sometimes a challenge just kind of, exactly what you want to do. And other times it takes a while. So like I said, you go to the design team pages, see what we're doing for our different layouts, and you should be able to figure out some inspiration for different challenges. The coolest thing about these challenges is you can enter, 2, 3, or all 24. If you enter all 24, you are entered for a $50 gift card, which really goes a long way at Michelle's store. But if you just have one or two, you're entered for $10 each. So, there are over $200 worth of gift cards that Michelle's going to give away for these crops, and I just really appreciate, that she helps her customers, find ways that we can save money by giving us kind of a fun event to do. I'm adding a title up here, and I wanted to have it be, chill, and I think I'm going to end up doing sun and chill. But there was no and. None of the letters I had, I could find an and. So I really spent some time thinking about what was I going to do to make that title work, because I didn't want it to just be chill. I did want to have, I believe I'm going to do, I can't read it right now, but I'm going to do something and chill. And finally, I thought to myself, oh, wait, this is a stamping challenge. Why don't I go to my letter stamps and figure out which one has an ampersand and just use that? Um, Added that little fish, and there's me, kind of poking right there saying, hey, I need an and. So I'm going to go and grab my stamp sets, and this is my letter stamp sets, and I'm looking through all of them to try to find one that has an and small enough that fits. And I have this is one of the first close to my heart stamp sets I got, and you can kind of tell the packaging is faded because it sat in the sun for a while, and in one of my storage locations, my stamps were actually facing the sun. And this particular stamp set is missing a bunch of letters because it's so small. But it's one of my favorites when you need just a little word or a little something to go in. So at this point, I was thinking I'm almost done, but there's just something missing at the top of the page. So I pulled out some sequins. Now, I don't use sequins that often because they're a lot of work. And they're messy and they get everywhere. And, there's just, but every once in a while, there's just that one page that just needs a little sparkle. So I have my sequins that I'm using right now are from Spiegel Mom Scraps. Michelle has some Pink Fresh and Pink and Main in the store that are also great. I just put down glue in places, and then I'm going to use this Nuvo embellishment tool and pick up the different sequences and put them on. The Nuvo embellishment tool works better than any tool I've ever had to do this, but I will say it's still a little fiddly. You just, you make it work. So here I am putting all the sequences, and I did mix two different packages so I can get some blue and yellow and the pink. So this basically ends my X Marks the Spot challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Get out there and use your stamps on a page and really enjoy the process of making pages with these different challenges. Here's a close-up of the stamping, and then a close-up of my sequence, and finally the full page. I really hope you guys are enjoying it, and please come over and check out Michelle's group and join us for Camp Scrap-A-Lot. Thanks.